Yeah. If today you switch it off, we all go dark. If you switch it on, we all flare up. We are not buying Amazon because of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
No, we're not buying it because of that.
All right.
We're buying it because of the big stuff that Amazon is doing.
And that is based on AI.
Which has a 30% market share. Those very big companies host their platforms on AWS.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Alpha Brief. My name is Njoroge, and Kamakawa Kamadawa, joined by Ken Muturi, the head of quant research, yes, and the founder of Henriette Investment Management. And I want us to go straight to the company that we are tackling today. And for those who are joining us for the first time, we have been tackling the demand side of artificial intelligence, and today we're doing Amazon.
Yes.
I want you to define to a person who has never invested ever at all. Define Amazon in your investment thesis.
It's not complex. So most of the people know Amazon based on Amazon delivery.
Yes.
So if I wanted to order this pen, then I'll just go to amazon.com.
Yes.
Actually, the company is called amazon.com.
That's the name of the company?
Amazon. Yes.
It's amazon.com?
Yes. It's amazon.com.
All right.
I mean, it's...
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's amazon.com.
All right.
You see the way we were saying Uber and the ride-hailing business?
Yes.
So Amazon is known for that delivery service.
Okay.
Huh?
Online shopping services?
Online shopping, e-commerce.
Okay.
Like similar to Shopify in Canada.
Right.
But that's not the reason why it's in our investment thesis.
Okay.
Amazon is in our investment thesis because of AWS, Amazon Web Services, which, let's say it like this.
Yes.
Most people know Amazon because of the e-commerce business.
Yes.
But most people don't know Amazon because of its AWS services. But the reason why it's in our portfolio is because of AWS. AWS is the computing arm of Amazon.
Okay.
It's the largest in terms of, like, if you look at the global computing firms.
Okay.
We've talked about, I believe we've talked about Microsoft.
Yes.
We have talked about Google Cloud. So Microsoft, we said there's Azure. We said there's Alphabet. We say there's
Google Cloud.
And then now we're saying Amazon, which has a 30% market share. Those very big companies host their platforms on AWS.
Okay.
CrowdStrike, Uber.
Yes.
Most of the big businesses, heavy computing stuff, like companies, they have their hosting done by AWS. So you can imagine how huge it is. It's not something very small. Yeah. And maybe just to give you like a better perspective of how we actually define it in our investment thesis, is the AI bit of AWS. You know, like we said, Amazon is a hyperscaler.
Yes.
Right? Consuming a lot of... You know, a hyperscaler is where we're saying Uber is headed towards. Where when you get to that level of... It's like here's a person, when you get to that place of self-actualization, it's like now Amazon getting to that level of scale. So it enjoys optionality,
yes,
flexibility, and it's the big daddy where it can even tell you to buy cabbages and you'll still buy.
Sure.
It has the numbers. There's, you know,
the scalability,
optionality, and everything.
All right.
So even that day when it tells you, you just go buy these cabbages, there's nothing much you can do apart from going and buying the cabbages there. Right? So AWS is a computing platform, very similar to Azure. And you'll actually realize these three companies, the three, Google, Microsoft, Amazon,
Yes.
they're among magnificent seven.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, Amazon is a bit smaller because it has its market capitalization at around $2.6 trillion as of today. But in terms of global market share, it has the largest at 30%. Yeah, and there's something very interesting about AWS. They're also developing their own chip called Trainium 2. Yeah.
So this makes it a company of interest to Henriot and even in the Alpha Brief portfolio.
Yes, because when I look at the computing landscape, the same way we talked about Azure
Yes.
and Google Cloud, it's the same way we're talking about Amazon. It has a scalability. When you look at the economics around artificial intelligence, big stuff are coming. Yeah. Like we're not talking about GPT-5. Next, we're going to talk about GPT-8.
Yes.
We are going to talk about cure for Alzheimer. We're going to talk about cure for cancer, because these are things that are being embedded in AWS.
Yes.
People, developers, engineers, when they're developing applications, where are they hosting it? In AWS.
AWS.
All the tools, AI,
Yes.
will soon be embedded in AWS.
Yes.
Yeah. So you literally see the next phase of programs and platforms will have some element of artificial intelligence. And you see, when it comes to computing, then AWS is there. So in a very straightforward answer,
Yes.
Amazon fits in our portfolio because of AWS
Okay.
and because of Trainium 2. Those two things.
They chip their
own chip.
Yeah. Trainium.
We are not buying Amazon because of Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Or there's Amazon Prime, there's Amazon.
I think Twitch also.
Yeah.
The live streaming.
Yeah. No, we're not buying it because of that.
All right.
Buying it because of the big stuff that Amazon is doing.
And that is based on AI, whatever the impact they're having on the artificial intelligence.
Yes, correct. It's a consumer of artificial intelligence, a very heavy consumer. I think when you look at the supply side of things, you will see that some of the suppliers that supply to Amazon, and Amazon as a buyer to some of the suppliers. And then you realize how this ecosystem, by the time you're done with this series, you realize how the ecosystem is a bit huge and why it actually fits in Alpha Brief portfolio. Yeah. As of now, it may be trading at $2.6 trillion. But like I said, Tesla is targeting $8.5 trillion in 10 years.
In 10 years.
Where do you think Amazon will also be?
Same ranges. Yeah. And I am pretty sure we're going to have a better understanding of how Amazon is a consumer of AI companies in our future episodes, because I think actually Amazon is our last episode on the demand side.
Yeah, the demand side.
The rest will be from the supply side.
Yeah.
And our viewers will be able to understand how Amazon consumes or gets a lot of products that are related to the companies that we'll be tackling in our supply.
Let me just mention something, Dennis, sorry. You know, different business models have different ways of doing stuff. Okay. When you look at the legacy business for Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, you will realize that both me and you, we have utilized all these products.
Sure.
Yeah. Now let's look at it like this, and this is also in addition to Uber.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Let's look at it like this. When your first email account, where did you open it? Gmail.
Yes.
Right? Who's that? Google. Right?
Yes.
When you first learned how to use your computer to type something, where did you first type?
Microsoft Office.
Word.
Yes.
Right?
Microsoft Word, yeah. To be specific.
Yeah. The very first time, you remember before Netflix, there was Prime.
Yes.
Where did you first watch You're Coming to America?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yes.
But then, these legacy businesses have made these companies be very huge. Do you know why? From the way we look at it, the larger the subscribers. Okay, this is how we look at it. These companies use their legacy businesses to drive that optionality level. So a company like Google, because it have Gmail users, it is able to launch Google Cloud. That's why these days you pay for storage.
Yes.
A company like Microsoft Office, it's able to launch Azure, yeah, because you're using Microsoft Word.
Yes.
A company like Amazon, with its e-commerce and Prime, watch movies, do that, big suppliers. So you're able to do the AWS bit of it.
Yes.
In addition to that, yeah, a company like Uber, transportation. You see, when you look at Gmail, Office, e-commerce, then transport and logistics.
Yes.
Uber is now coming up as an app where you want to move from point A to B.
Yes.
Yeah. These days there isn't Mutu Andudi or Mutu Aboda. These days it's Uber Boda.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want someone reliable. You want some where if you go to the outskirts of Nairobi, you can just call someone. So it's an additional point that Uber for sure it's becoming an hyperscaler slowly. It has not yet gotten to that point because we still don't have Uber in smaller areas, yeah, like Mpumalanga in South Africa or Meru and Kisumu in Kenya, or those small areas, yeah. We still don't have, but the end goal is we'll have Uber in all these areas because they don't need to own cars at all. I'm using this concept of Uber to explain the kind of scalability and the kind of scale that Amazon has. Sure. And this is also to reinforce why Uber, we believe, it's well positioned. Yeah. Now, it's the same model with Amazon. Most of the people in the outskirts of Nairobi and rural Kenya, they don't know what Amazon is. But it will come a point when they need to order something.
Sure.
Yeah. Technology is moving, electricity is there, Wi-Fi coverage, internet coverage. When you have those three fundamental things,
yes,
they will power up that society. And the first thing that people will need is your mother in rural Kenya wants to order a blanket from Egypt. Yeah, because for the first time she wants to feel the Egyptian cotton. Where will she go? She'll go to Amazon, right?
Yes.
As time goes by, someone wants to open a Gmail account in rural Kenya. What will they do? They'll go to Gmail.
Yes.
Yeah. In rural Kenya, someone wants to start a business. The easiest way to start a business at $6 per month is using Microsoft Office business package. Sure. Someone in rural Kenya, they want to transport their tomatoes from point A to point B. Sure. Without necessarily having to call a relative or what. So what do? They go to Uber and call Uber Boda.
Yes.
10 years, this is what we're experiencing. And that boom, that infrastructure, that cycle, that phase, it's all because of AI boom. That AI infrastructure boom, by the time we are all embracing it, it will need all of us to be technologically savvy. Yeah?
Sure.
You will need to have known how to use your phone properly. You will need to have known how to use your car telematics, how to use Google Maps.
Yes.
Yeah. You will need to have known how to use your e-commerce and all that. How to use your phone.
Yes.
You don't necessarily have to remove your card every time you're paying for something. As long as you have your phone, you can just go and tap and pay. Yeah.
Yes.
So you do realize that by saying that, I am literally saying that we will need to have been educated.
Sure.
We can't afford to lazy around anymore, because the more you lazy around, the more these trends keep moving far away from you. So this AI infrastructure boom, it's a period where we need to have learned basic technological stuff. Yeah.
All right. I think I totally agree with you, because I remember very recently in October, there was a theory, or maybe we can say a propaganda. People were saying there's a time the internet was down, the apps were not working.
Yeah.
That is Snapchat, and majority of apps that people needed to access, even bank apps.
Yeah.
And people were scared because they were like, it's like a test for a kill switch.
Yeah.
For hours, America and majority of the parts of the world were not able to access a lot of apps.
Yeah.
And they were getting an error message or something like that. And it was later realized that it was because there was something to do with AWS. Meaning, AWS already, as you had said, 30%, serving a third of the world's servers or data computing.
Yeah. It actually tells you a lot. Snapchat was not working, right?
Yes,
Why?
because they depend on AWS.
No, because the whole Snapchat platform is hosted by
Hosted. Oh, so the point is
by AWS.
hosted.
Yes.
All right.
Banking apps. Which one? Give me an example.
I'm not pretty sure specifically,
Yeah.
but there are people who are complaining that they are bank apps on.
I'm not quite sure whether I remember there was HSBC, because I remember that story.
Okay.
But if it was HSBC, then it means HSBC, their whole banking platform is hosted with what?
AWS.
AWS. You said Meta?
Yeah, Meta. Actually, Snapchat, which is a Meta company.
Yes. So there's a hyperscaler being hosted by who?
AWS.
Yes. That is the magnitude. Yeah. I remember there's also another time when Microsoft went down and airlines could not check in clients.
Yes.
Banks could not process withdrawals and deposits.
Yes.
Just because it had something to do with the authentication between CrowdStrike and Microsoft and Azure and all that.
Okay.
That is what an hyperscaler does. When you get that optionality, you become a big boy. You become a big boss. Yeah. If today you switch it off, we all go dark. If you switch it on, we all go flare up. We all flare up. Yeah. You become so powerful, and because you have attained that, you have attained the premium, the premium level. Yeah.
So Amazon specifically .com or Amazon.com is known from the legacy business, that is online shopping, doing deliveries. Is not the main thing that affected the whole thing, but it's the AWS.
That segment. Yeah.
That segment.
Yes.
And that is why S100, you're focusing it or putting it in the basket of Alpha Brief portfolio.
Exactly. That is exactly what you say.
What are your projections in the near future or even in the long run? That is maybe probably 7 years, 3 years, that period evaluation.
Like I would say 2 to 3 years from now, you see, AI boom has just started. We have not even gotten to the peak yet. We are just discovering things, right? We are literally we're just patching things up. We are warming up, right?
Okay.
That should tell you that we are still in the warm-up stage. So the next decade, I would expect this company to be worth $10-15 trillion. Yeah. We remember it has the scalability.
Yes.
So it gives it the optionality. Yeah. And it's a very huge consumer of data. That means data centers and all that. Yeah. As long as some of this banking platforms are literally including AI in their platforms. Yeah. Companies like Meta, they are now including AI in their platforms. And then all this stuff are being hosted by what? AWS. So you can imagine. And we said one photo of an AI generated image is like 5-10 times a naturally taken photo. Yeah. So you can imagine what Facebook is about to experience. This is in very, very layman's understanding.
Yeah.
Just trying to give some very simple examples. But the larger picture is a very huge impact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if for example you have your Facebook, and every time you want to generate an AI image, that image is stored by Meta servers.
Yeah.
Right. That server is held by AWS.
AWS.
Meta needs more storage. AWS needs more storage, more chips, more computers, more data centers to hold that. So at the end of the day, I expect this thing to be flaring up. Actually, in our opinion, we think that it is one of the undervalued Magnificent Seven.
Okay.
Yeah. Among the Magnificent Seven, it's one of those companies that we feel that it's a bit undervalued.
Undervalued.
Yes. At $2.6 trillion,
yes,
it's undervalued. The numbers, like if you look at the PG on a gap basis, it's at 0.69.
Okay.
And I remember when you said any company that is below 1.0x,
it's undervalued.
It's undervalued. Yeah. We are not even looking at it in relation to the sector. And the reason why I personally discourage looking at some of these hyperscalers in relation to the sector is because the sector is the company.
Yes.
Yeah. Like as of now, Amazon probably runs the sector.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's under what? E-commerce, consumer discretionary, retail, and all that. But you realize that if we're to bring all these sectors together, Amazon takes a very huge weight. So it is a sector.
It is the sector. Sure.
So by conventional means, we personally don't focus a lot on the sector. That's why we feel that we can't even compare the PG relative to the sector. Because if we do that, we'll say it's overvalued.
Yeah.
But then if you just look at the fact that it's below 1.0 is X, then I would confidently say that the company is undervalued.
All right. Thank you so much, Ken. And there's a lot that I'm getting to understand, because as we were starting this session on this episode, I didn't realize that Amazon was doing hosting of majority of the apps and websites that we rely on. And even hyperscalers depend on Amazon, and that is now AWS to be specific.
Yeah.
I'd like you to give us your final thoughts on Amazon. Then we can wrap up this episode and wrap up the demand side.
Yeah.
So that I'm so excited, and I really want to know who are the suppliers to Amazon, who are the suppliers to Microsoft, who are the suppliers to Google, and who are suppliers to all these other companies who are on the demand side.
Like I said,
Yes.
it's a good company. It has its own chip. Whether its chip is better than NVIDIA's chips or any other company that is developing chips, that one, we actually don't care about that. Okay. But the fact that it's working on its own chips just to try, and you see, when you're working on your own chips, it means you design it in a way that you want your chips to be and to consume the data that you're feeding it in. Yeah.
Yes.
It also means that you might not necessarily need to outsource your chips elsewhere. But the fact that you're also designing your own, it means that you're trying to work on, in a balance sheet, there's a top line and the bottom line. It means you're trying to reduce the bottom line. So if you have a top line, good revenues, and your bottom line is smaller, then it means you're generating good profits. But at the end of the day, we still believe that even as of now, that company is undervalued. The prospects that are coming, and given that we are still at the very early stages of artificial intelligence, there is a lot that Amazon needs to show us. And definitely, we'll be able to see this in 2 to 3 years, the next decade. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ken.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you to our viewers. Thank you for following us through to our 4th episode. Make sure to join us on our 5th episode as we go to the supply side. My name is Dennis Njoroge. I was joined by Ken Muturi, who is the founder and head of quants at Henriot Investment Management. I'll see you on the next episode. Thank you so much. See you.
See you.
Asante sana.
Shukran.